Good day, everyone. Another module reading again about developmental psychology. And we have this now, our topic, the Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development. So, we're just gonna prepare this. Ay, dinig pala. Dinig pala yung pag-click. So, in this week's module, it deals with Lawrence Kohlberg his and his theory of moral development. So at the end of the lesson, the students shall be able to discuss the different stages of moral development. So who is Lawrence Kohlberg? From 1927 to 1987. Kohlberg became a professor of education and social psychology at Harvard in 1968. His book and his book on moral development is used by teachers around the world to promote moral reasoning. He used Piaget's storytelling technique to tell people stories involving moral dilemmas. In each case, he presented a choice to be considered, for example, between the rights of some authority and the needs of some deserving individual who is being unfairly treated. Heinz's dilemma. Heinz's wife dying from a particular type of cancer. Doctors said a new drug might save her. The drug had been discovered by a local chemist, and the Heinz tried desperately to buy some. But the chemist was charging 10 times the money it cost to make the drug, and this was much more than the Heinz could afford. Heinz could only raise half of the money, even after help from family and friends. He explained to the chemist that his wife was dying and asked if he could have the drug cheaper or pay the rest of the money later. The chemist refused, saying that he had discovered the drugs and was going to make money from it. The husband was desperate to save his wife, so later that night he broke into the chemist's and stole the drug. Kohlberg asked a series of questions such as, should Heinz have stolen the drug? Would it change anything if Heinz did not love his wife? What if the person dying was a stranger? Would it make it any difference? Should the police arrest the chemist for murder if the woman died? He identified three distinct levels of moral reasoning, each with two sub-stages. According to Kohlberg, people can only pass through these levels in order listed, and that each new stage replaces the reasoning typical of the early stage. He also noted that not everyone achieves all the stages. Stages of the moral development. Level 1. Level 1, pre-conventional morality. Stage 1, obedience and punishment. Stage 2, individualism and exchange. Level 2, conventional morality. Stage 3, good interpersonal relationships. Stage 4, maintaining the social order. And level 3, post-conventional morality. Stage 5, social contract and individual rights. Stage 6, the universal principle. Level 1, pre-conventional morality. Authority is outside the individual and reasoning is based on the physical consequences of action. Stage 1, obedience and punishment. Morality is external and is based upon fixed and absolute rules of the child's caregiver. To a child, obeying the rules is important because it is a means to avoid punishment. The child is good to avoid being punished. If a person is punished, they must have done wrong. Stage 2, individualism and exchange. At this stage, children recognize that there is not just one right view that is handed down by the authorities. Different individuals have different viewpoints. In the Heinz dilemma, children argued that the best course of action was the choice that best served Heinz's needs. Level 2, conventional morality. Authority is internalized but not questioned, and reasoning is based on the norms of the group to which the person belongs. Stage 3, good interpersonal relationship. At this stage, children who are by now usually entering their teens and see morality as more than simple deals. The morality of the children is based upon the approval of other people. In this stage, the child does good things to be seen as a good person by others. Therefore, answers relate to the approval of others. Stage 4, maintaining the social order. The child or individual becomes aware of the wider rules of society, so judgment concerns obeying the rules to uphold the law and to avoid guilt. This stage is where the child or individual recognizes law. Okay, again, this stage is where the child or individual recognizes law and order as the primary source of morality and should maintain law and order or face the consequences of breaking the law. Level 3, post-conventional morality. Individual judgment is based on self-chosen principles and moral reasoning. Again, level 3, post-conventional morality. Individual judgment is based on self-chosen principles and moral reasoning is based on individual rights and justice. Stage 5, social contract and individual rights. At this stage, people begin to account for the differing values, opinions, and belief of other people. The issues are not always clear-cut. For example, in Heinz's dilemma, the protection of life is more important than breaking the law against stealing. Stage 6, universal principles. People at this stage have developed their own set of moral guidelines which may or may not fit the law. The principles apply to everyone. Human rights, justice, and equality. The person will be prepared to act to defend these principles even if it is mean going against the rest of the society in the process of having to pay the consequences of disapproval and imprisonment. So we have here the references from BHL 1984 Lifespan Development, HarperCollins College Publisher. And we have this Gilligan 1977, A Different Voice, Woman's Conception of Self and Morality, Harvard Education Review. And we have also from Kohlberg 1984, The Psychology of Moral Development, The Nature and Validity of Moral Stages, Essay on Moral Development, Volume 2, Harper and Row. Piaget 1932, The Moral Judgment of Child, London, Kegan Fall, Trench, Trubner and Company. And there's a lot more reference here. At ito lamang po ang ating topic for today, the Lawrence Kohlberg's Theory of Development. Yun lamang po at maraming salamat.